Welcome to my channel, After the Narcissist. My name is Corey Sullivan. I am the founder of this Restored Heart Ministries. I know how you feel because I've been where you are. This is a channel to help you find healing, clarity, and learning how to rebuild your life after leaving a narcissistic relationship or marriage. So join me now for this series called Rebuilding After the Narcissist. Welcome back. We are now on episode 6 of Rebuilding After the Narcissist. Today we're going to talk about rebuilding confidence and learning how to trust yourself again. I don't know about you, but that was something that was so key to my ability to move forward and was a big part in my healing process, and it has been in so many others that I've worked with. So I hope that you've gotten through some of the issues and now you're ready to start to rebuild that confidence and learn how to trust yourself. Because, after everything you've been through, all the gaslighting, all the manipulation, all the things and the words and everything that went on, it's really hard to have that confidence. Like, did I really get that right? Did I make that mistake? Did I say that? I don't think I really did. So then you second guess yourself. That's where we lean on Father God and we say, Father God, what's your truth in this matter? What is your truth in helping me be able to move forward confidently and in trust? And it's really and truly leaning on Him. My name is Corey Sullivan, founder of This Restored Heart, and I really do specialize in helping people heal after going through a narcissistic breakup, divorce, or leaving a narcissistic workplace, whatever the situation is. That is such a devastating personality to work with, and it really and truly tears down who we are. And so rebuilding is really and truly very, very important for you to be able to move forward. It is one of the hardest things to rebuild is after a narcissistic relationship. I don't know how many people I've worked with that have said, I don't even know where to begin. And hopefully this series has helped you be able to begin to do that, because trusting in yourself and building that confidence is going to be key in being able to move forward. The other thing is we don't know how, and we need to learn again how to trust other people. That's probably one of the other big things. We don't trust what other people say or do or their actions or anything. We're skeptical of everything that they're doing or saying, right? First of all, you need to learn to trust in your own discernment and really pray about things and really and truly ask Father God to build discernment, healthy discernment in you, so that the voices that you're hearing are coming from a place from the kingdom of, yeah, that's not really good for you. No, that's not right. No, that's not exactly what you said, right? We've talked about awareness. We've talked about healing. We've talked about setting boundaries. I hope that the boundaries session really helped you, because boundaries are very, very key in helping you rebuild that confidence and learning to trust others. You may find yourself saying, I can't be around that person or this person, whatever, or put myself in that situation right now because I've had to set boundaries there until I get to a place where I'm feeling more confident and trusting myself and learning to trust others. Then maybe I'll move those boundaries a little bit. It's up to you. It's your journey. But today, as I said, we're talking about confidence and rebuilding that. Narcissistic relationships don't just hurt you emotionally. They slowly erode your confidence and your trust, right? It doesn't happen just like that. It does slowly erode, where you find yourself second guessing and wondering, really, is that what I said or did or whatever? Or then you find yourself over explaining, and then you fear that you're being wrong, that you're now wrong in whatever the situation is. And all of those things are not, you're not basically displaying that your confidence needs to be rebuilt. There was a time I didn't even trust simple decisions. I mean, seriously, should I do this? Should I do that? I always was consulting with other people to get their input because, the confidence was totally destroyed. So confidence is not a loud voice. It's something soft within you, a knowing, a state of mind. That's what confidence is. I know that I know that I know. And if I don't know, Father God knows, or I can get the Bible, and find the words that he says about the situation. It's not perfect. Confidence is definitely not perfect because we're human. It's not having all the answers, because you don't have to have all the answers. Sometimes you need more information. It's the ability to trust yourself even when you feel uncertain. So somebody may say something or ask you to do something or pose a question or whatever, and you may think, well, I'm not real sure about that. I'll take little baby steps into that maybe, and because I feel uncertain, until you feel that you confidently can move forward, or that you just need to take some more time to consider the consequences or the path or the opportunity or whatever it is. My system, my patented or my copyrighted system to rebuild is Thrive. We've talked about it in other sessions. T is to tune in. You're tuning into what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and what the situation really and truly is. Then you need to hold, which is don't rush into decisions. It's okay to practice the pause and just hold until you feel like you can make a decision that's good for you and hopefully for the other people involved. Then R is reframe, which means I'm learning, not failing. I'm learning to move into this situation or move into this opportunity or whatever it is. Maybe you're wanting to learn a whole new skill set for a hobby that you have or activities that you like to do or your job. So you reframe that into I am learning. That's a great place to be because we're all learning every single day. Throughout the day we learn things, right? Then I in Thrive is for identity. And so what patterns or beliefs are still affecting you negatively? And what patterns and beliefs are affecting you positively? How am I portraying myself to others? How do I feel about how I'm portraying myself to others? Are my beliefs in line with my core values? Then V is for value. My needs matter. I didn't have a voice. I couldn't move forward in that relationship because it wasn't healthy. I do have value. I don't need somebody else in my life to give me value. I have value. God gave me value when I was born. Before I was even conceived, I had value. He sees you as a valuable person because you're here. He has a plan for your life. And that's what he wants you to know, is you have value. And sometimes, I find myself having to do this. I have to say, Father God, show me my value. When I just feel beat up, when I'm questioning myself in things that I'm doing or moving forward in, show me my value. And then walk in that. That will give you confidence. That'll bring confidence and trust in yourself and in your ability to make decisions. Your needs matter. And also in value, before we move on, is that the boundaries help make the guidelines where other people say, okay, I value this relationship, so I don't want to cross those boundaries. And it lets other people know how you want to be treated, how you expect to be treated, and or heard or whatever, because you do bring value to the table in all things. But the boundaries set, where they don't cross those, so they don't diminish your value. So E is for empower. You take small steps. They're aligned in the action that you're wanting to look forward to. And I recommend that you sit down and you make goals. And they may be as simple as, I am going to take a walk this week, and then check your goals on Sunday and make new goals for the next week. And then start making goals for the month, and then 3 months out, and then 6 months out, so on and so forth. If we don't write down our goals, we're kind of just willy-nilly going on our path. And make those goals with the consideration of what Father God is telling you or showing you. He'll help you make those goals, and they will align with the path He has for you. They may need to be adjusted from time to time only because you might have put something in there that really wasn't in alignment with His goals for you or His path for you. And that's okay. He always says, come here, we'll get back on the path. It's all good. Take small aligned steps, aligned into the goals and the actions that you need to take to attain those goals. Confidence isn't built in big moments. It's not. It's built in the quiet, silent moments of moving forward, of celebrating little goals. I did do those 3 steps or those 3 walks this week after work, or at lunch hour or whatever. Celebrate that. Congratulate yourself. Throw yourself a little congratulation party if you need to. That's all good. So here's some practical steps that I want to help you with. They're simple and they're very effective because I've done them myself and I've helped other people with them as well. And so again, make small decisions daily. They don't have to be big. Maybe it's you're wanting to lose some weight, so you make the decision to eat something healthy and not eat the apple pie after dinner, or whatever it is. Stop over-explaining yourself to people. You don't need to do that. I do catch myself occasionally doing that because I haven't really determined where I want to be at the end. So pause, stop explaining, and honor your boundaries. Line yourself with your goals, and then move on. Move into, I'm not explaining this is just what I'm doing. So, and then honor your no. When you say no, people need to honor that. And because you're trusting your initial instinct, when you get a no like that, then you are trusting your initial instinct, and you need to stick with that. The final thing is your identity is not, it's identity and faith built in identity. So identity is not what you went through, because that's way back there. That's in the rear view mirror. The rear view mirror is this big, the windshield is this big, remember? So your identity is not what you went through. Your identity is who God says you are. Father God, how do you see me? I see you as valuable. I see you as worthy. I see you as capable. I see you as talented. I see you as whatever it is. And then write those things down and go through those things at least 3 times a day so that you get them from here to your heart and get them in your spirit as well. You're not broken. If somebody says, oh, you're so broken. No, you are not broken. You're rebuilding. That's what you're doing. And Father God is involved in that. And then if you have to reframe it, that's fine. Don't lose yourself in the reframing. You're adapting, and that's part of reframing. And now you're coming back to who you've always been. And as you're continuing to rebuild, you'll begin to talk about having healthy relationships, which I'll be talking about in the future. You'll be talking about purpose, what your life purpose is, or what your purpose is right now, and what thriving really looks like for you. What does it look like for you to be thriving? Write that down as part of your goals as well. And as you continue rebuilding, we will, talk about healthy relationships and what it's going to look like to build healthy relationships, and what your purpose is, and what thriving really looks like as you move forward. Really and truly have those goals in mind, and what you want that to look like, what you want your future to look like, so that you can set those goals in accordance to that, along with what Father God is talking to you about for your path. What's your gifts? What's your talents? Put those things in there. Again, clarity is the beginning of freedom, and freedom is where rebuilding begins. So bye for now. I hope that this series has blessed you. Reach out to me at my email address, Corey, Coree, at CoreySullivan.com. If you ever have any questions, I'm always happy to answer the emails and get back to you. And if you need some coaching, there are times I have time in my coaching schedule, and I'll see if I can get you in. So bye for now. God bless you. I just pray blessings over your healing process and God's clear, direct path for you in your future. Talk to you soon. Bye.